little less than 48 hours from now are going to be our next heavy batches of showers here in the tri-state area. Don't worry, this is not going to impact those Memorial Day ceremonies or parades. Even if you're just having a grill out tomorrow, things are shaping up to actually be a little bit warmer than previously forecast. So I got the new data coming in right now here at 19atSIX, as well as the updated timing and totals for those soaking showers there on Tuesday. If you have any questions about this forecast or even how the late week plays out, yes, the return of the 70s, at least more than one day in a row in the 70s. Just let me know. I'll go ahead and address them here in just a second. We're actually already seeing the rain here. So what we were thinking yesterday is we've had such dry air here at the surface that perhaps some of these rain showers, like you are seeing them do now, would weaken to the point where we wouldn't get them here in the tri-state. Well, those down towards northern Kentucky could very well be seeing some light rain right now. I don't think you need to be canceling or reconsidering your plans. Perhaps you already have, and by all means, you might just want to give yourself another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll start to see a little bit more drier conditions, at least that direction. Everywhere else, not a drop of rain really happening here in southwest Ohio, parts of southeastern Indiana also on the drier side. Taking it to the skies, though, it's been a very dark day. I mean, I stepped outside probably around 1 o'clock this afternoon to get myself a coffee, and I was greeted by these lower lying clouds, and I thought it was 7 p.m. You could have convinced me that it was 7 o'clock in the afternoon, but nevertheless, these clouds have kept us from getting too warm. It did feel a little humid at times, definitely that little bit of light rain starting to reflect in the dew points. By all means, we're not seeing any of the heavy stuff that is south of the area, but those upper level clouds keeping those temperatures at bay, kind of similar feeling to yesterday, if not a little bit cooler than yesterday. Right now it's 65 degrees at CVG. Other temperatures in the 513 include 62s up in Westchester, Connorsville, Mason, as well as Brooksville down in northern Kentucky. Again, pretty uniform temperatures just because we have a decent amount of cloud cover. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if down towards Dry Ridge, Florence, Warsaw, just with a little bit of that light rain trying to come through, you might see the 50s a little bit sooner than the rest of us. But stepping out the door tomorrow morning, we've been watching these somewhat chilly mornings, tracking them for about a week now, and they're here. We can expect some of us to be dropping into the middle to upper 40s to kick off your Memorial Day. As soon as the sun rises, you're going to forget about the chilly temperatures. So if you have a parade that sets off around 8 o'clock in the morning, if you're setting up for the parade, you might need the light jacket. If you're just watching, if you're just a bystander, you might not need that jacket, just because the 40s quickly become the 50s, and then eventually the 70s do break on through for Memorial Day itself. Really, that forecast has not budged a whole lot for Memorial Day, just has warmed up a little bit. The clouds will stick around. You'll get some peaks of sun, but not too much sun. Mid-70s, mid to low 70s is what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. Again, that number is really dependent on how much sun versus how much clouds we get. Nevertheless, going to feel a lot better than it has the last couple of days. Now, no rain in sight for your Monday, but the same cannot be said for Tuesday. It's not a first alert weather day. We're not tracking anything strong, severe, or even too interruptive to your day, but nevertheless, our first good chance of rain, and I checked the numbers, it's been a while since we got that rain. And it's been a while since we got the 70s too. It's been since last Monday that we got the 70s. Again, no rain tonight, no rain tomorrow. Just a good mix of sun and clouds for the early morning, thickening clouds into the evening there on Memorial Day. So perhaps if you're grilling out, you might see the clouds thicken. Don't worry about the rain quite yet. But Tuesday, that's when things start to change. You'll notice the timing hasn't adjusted too much, but with scattered showers and storms in the forecast, the timing is just a lot easier to change. So one of those days that you'll want to have that Fox 19 First Alert Weather app at the ready so you can track those showers as they arrive. So this model pointing to around 8 o'clock in those south of Cincinnati. Those showers will lift from the southwest to the northeast throughout the late morning. Notice some embedded thunderstorms can and will be possible, but nothing strong, nothing severe. Those will sail east. We will still see some spotty showers there into the afternoon and evening. Some models have a completely different look to your Tuesday, so it's not necessarily a slam dunk in the morning. It's not necessarily a slam dunk in the evening. There's ample opportunity from the morning through the evening that you'll get some showers in your neck of the woods. It really just depends on where you are. We'll take a look here at those rainfall totals real quick. Just understand that those south of Cincinnati have a greater chance of getting upwards of 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of rain like we were touching on yesterday. But notice that this model has backed off a good amount, and that really just depends on the arrival time of those showers. I would expect most areas to be getting generally, like I was saying yesterday, anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain between Tuesday and Wednesday. Now those higher totals down towards northern Kentucky, and even this model is suggesting southeast of Cincinnati down towards Vanceburg, about 1.5 inches, maybe some 2-inch totals trying to come in. Depends on the thunderstorms and depends on the timing of all of this kind of going on. But the good news is nothing strong, nothing severe. Still watching Wednesday for some spotty showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder there. Again, the arrival time is everything, and we really don't have too much clarity in that late week forecast quite yet. You'll notice the numbers tomorrow have changed a little bit in this 7-day forecast. They changed for the warmer, 72 degrees with filtered sunshine for Memorial Day, and then Tuesday scattered showers and storms. Again, off and on throughout the day, higher totals expected south of Cincinnati. That hasn't changed in the forecast, and we'll see how things play out over the next 2 days or so. Wednesday, there is still a chance for showers and storms. A lot less likelihood that we'll get those compared to Tuesday, but it's just literally on our radar, mid-70s. Now, you notice that we don't see too much of a drop in those late week temperatures. Again, no strong signals of a cold front coming on through. I've been keeping my eye pretty glued to this one because it's typical, right? That we get the warm front, then the cold front. Well, I'm not seeing too much of a drop in those late week temperatures. In fact, I'm not seeing a whole lot of rain with it either. Now, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, more than likely those forecasts are going to be very similar to one another. Feeling a little like the mid-70s, back to normal with those high temperatures. Those mornings, not chilly anymore. Whew, thank goodness. And then the afternoons, partly cloudy skies. I will say our long-term models, our long-range ones that we look at, are showing pretty different forecasts in this late week model, and this late week forecast, I should say. Some of them have picked up on some rain there on Friday into Saturday. The one that has been performing well recent weeks is staying dry. So we're going to be still looking at some drier conditions and warmer conditions as well. But of course, as with anything and everything in the weather, it's all subject to change. So keep checking back with us. It's just something I noticed in the late week with one of our models. We'll see if the trend is our friend in just a few days. So just keep checking back with us. All right, not seeing any questions in our Facebook comments. That's good. That's what we love to hear. And that means hopefully no one has any questions about how Tuesday is going to play out. Again, not anything strong to severe, but definitely rain going to impact those outdoor plans, practices. Perhaps you're traveling home from any of those Memorial Day weekend festivities or ceremonies. Well, Tuesday you'll be greeted by our next good chance for showers and storms. Nothing extreme forecast, it's just our next best chance. All right, the time now is 6:09 this Sunday evening. I appreciate you all tuning in, staying weather aware ahead of this busy end to May. Have a great rest of your week, rest of your meteorological spring as we head into meteorological summer, which starts next Sunday. Have a good one.